How many people do you plan on hiring for Spring Rush?
Ideally, I would like to have, so I liked Will's idea. Like they just have people, they might have people go out on Sundays too, but I'm not going to do that. But I would just have Saturdays be open for the new people. But going to do 2 people in 1 truck. It's going to be temporary, but really having 2 people in these yards is much better and you can get more houses done. And I remember I was doing all the houses by myself for 4 years, all Spring Rush. And so they would take me 1 to 2 hours by myself. And when I started to bring on people or help, and we were in and out of the yards in 30 minutes, I was like, this is the key. We need 2 people in a truck for 3 months and get them done. And they work together. And then also I was thinking, it's winter, it's cold, it's not pleasant. But like if you have someone to joke around with and listen to music and just like you have someone there, it makes those long days so much better. So I'm hoping to get 2 to 4 people to be my key people for the week, for those weekends for Spring Rush.
We started sending people to a truck 2 years ago.
That's
And
awesome.
it makes it go by faster. And because when you're out there scooping, after an hour, like you start to slow down, like you're tired, right? So
Mm-hmm.
something it's gonna take longer because your body is starting to like kind of break down. And when you have the 2 people there, one goes one way, one goes the other, you cross paths, you joke around with each other.
Yes.
And
It's
it's
not
good.
super efficient, but for temporary, it's better all around, I feel
For the
like.
larger cleans, for
Yeah.
sure, because you can do I think the most that we did was 7 spring cleans in one day.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's
know
about,
what? No, Josh and I did 10. We did
yeah.
10 the first year. That was back when we were only charging $50. We didn't know any better.
Yeah. But truly, yeah, because if you're going to have 2 people, it's going to take 30 to 40 minutes, you could book only 7 to 10 or 8 to 11, and that's it. Like that's what your cap is. Like that is
Yeah.
all you're doing. That is so much more manageable than trying to put them in during the week and try to make everything fit.
Okay. Now, going back to when things were starting to fall apart. Okay. So, your business, you feel like your business is falling apart. You're probably stressed out. You still have to mom, you still have to wife. Can we kind of talk about what that looked like during that season of time and how you managed that?
A lot of people down. I let a lot of things fall. On top of that, I was also aiding in my kids' homeschool co-op that was on 1 day a week that I had my technicians go on. And that's the day that I had to step in, right? So like me volunteering now is going into busy season, started to crumble. I could not continue to aid in that 1 day. I let them down. I didn't let them down. They understood, but I felt like I was letting them down. So I could not finish the last 2 months of school co-op with them. So that had to go. I barely saw my kids. I was working 10 hours a day because I'm trying to keep up with everyone else also and try to hire. I had to give the hiring to my husband. He was doing all the interviews. He was trying to get people in also, but I was working 10 and 11-hour days. And I was so tired and broken. And I was like, I had a heat pad on. I had my leg massager thing going. Like I was literally broken. And I was like, I don't think this is normal. I'm like, everyone else seems to have it figured out. Why can't we hire normal people? Like every person, like they looked fine on paper. We talked, they did the training, and then all of a sudden, in a week or two, like they just ghost us. I had never experienced or known people to do that and then be okay with it. Like that's just how they are. I've never known anyone like that. So I was shocked because they knew how lean we were. So I was like, I was just in shock. I cried a lot. I was in panic a lot. I think I had a lot of anxiety, but I let a lot of things crumble and it was not good. Like we had, home cooked meals before. And then my husband started having to go to fast food and Costco and get all the pre-made meals. And it's like, my kids might be eating chips for dinner and popcorn and that's it. And like, I was not paying any attention. My husband was helping me. So he wasn't really paying too much attention, but like, everyone was taken care of. Everyone was fine. And no one was ever like in danger at my house. But like we did not put a lot of attention on them. They had each other to play with and stuff, but a lot of guilt. So that was my guilt. My guilt was not being available to my kids. in that time. And I just had to pray and be like, I need to get out of this season. Like, this is not normal. This is not fair to my kids. It's not fair to my husband. It's not fair to me. So yeah, I prayed a lot in those yards. I was like, I got to get out of this. This is terrible.
Why didn't you quit?
I ask myself in that a lot. I think my why is so strong, and I knew it wasn't going to last forever. And I know I'm on some other home service business groups as well, and they always say they also had their troubles, and so I was watching how people got out of their troubles. But like, I love when someone said, "You never quit on a bad day. It's not forever. It is so temporary, and like, you need to get over to the other side." I'm like, okay, well, if these people can do it, so can I. I'm also very stubborn, so I got to see what I was made of, because truly working every single day for 12 hours, 11 hours in the wintertime, it was not pretty. It was not good.
So now that you got through that, like looking back on that year, are you slightly traumatized?
Yes. I tell my technicians now, like who I hire, I told them all about last year. And I said, this will not work, because it's a domino effect. If one domino falls, someone's got to pick up the slack. And I told them, like, this has to work all together. If you are not liking something, or if something needs adjusting, all you have to do is communicate with me. That is the one thing I drive and drill in their heads every text message, every call, every meeting that we have. I always say, you need to talk to me. You need to communicate everything that you're thinking, so I could have time to pivot and make those changes where needed. If you need time off, have time off. I am accommodating you, but we have to work together. Like, I am not going to be a boss that's like, you need to be here at a certain time. Like, we are very easy to work with, and I let them know, as long as we communicate, we will all be able to win and do this together.
I like that you said we're doing this together.
Yep. Well, and I also too, in my text messages, I let them know, like, I don't want them to think, oh, I had to, the lowest level job I had to have, to support my family is picking up poop. I'm like, no, this is purpose driven. This is what you're doing for a family. They could be pregnant. They could be disabled. They could be blind. Like, what you're doing matters. So I tell them that. I copy and paste the same things kind of weekly, and I change a little bit, but I like remind them, like, this is so important, and you're doing something incredible for that client, So I think they like that reminder too. And these clients love my technicians. They give them so many tips. They give them so many accolades. Like, the messages that I get, I'm so proud of them. And so I just, I screenshot a lot of these because they come through the email with their tips. And so I send it to them so they don't have to wait a week or two to get them with their paycheck. I'm like, look at what they said. Like, you're doing so awesome. So I'm constantly encouraging them, like, all week long.
Oh, I love that. Don't say that they get their tips every week too loud, because mine get them on the last paycheck of the month.
Okay, that works. That's good though.
It's easiest for me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you didn't quit, because, I also had a really rough year too. And I like that you don't quit on a bad day. How would you say that how'd you navigate that with your husband and have those conversations of like, I'm not at my best right now. Let's just get through this.
Yeah, he honestly was my solid foundation. He was a rock. He was so supportive, whatever needed to happen. He helped me with the kids, with school, with anything that I normally would do. But he really rallied around and made things happen. Like, I was being in a panic and crying, and I was so nervous of what was going to happen. Like, we're letting all these clients down. He's like, no, this is how we're going to arrange it. Like, he's an organizer. He's a planner. So he made it work. And so, like, we had to explain, like, we're just going to shift you a day, or we're going to move you people, like, it all worked out, and he made it work out. Like, he did it all. And I was able to get my sister. I had my neighbor help me. Like, really, I had a lot of people just get through that week. So he could also hire people. We hired them really fast. But it was just so bad that he really was a solid rock on that. And I do, like, when I was in those yards, I said, do not quit on a bad day. And I was praying to God, and I was like, surely this is not forever. And I also think I'm glad now because I have not been in the field since last year, and I'm very thankful, except for if they have to take, if they're sick or whatever, and I'll hop in very rarely. But I feel like I'm on the other side of business ownership, and I like this side a whole lot better because I've killed myself for 5 years, like physically and mentally. This does take a toll on you, but if you're doing it the right way and you delegate and you know your limit, that's what I learned. I learned my limit. This year was my limit, and we had to put everything more so in place so more things got off of me. And that it's pride too, because like you, I wanted to do all the things myself and I didn't need help and I didn't want to have to burden anybody else. But if they are willing to help, take them up on it and implement and just get everything in your business to get everything smooth for you and have it work for you. You're not working it.
So did you just ask them, say, hey, listen, my business is falling apart. Will you come scoop dog poop with me, please?
Yes, our clients never knew what was happening. I told my family and my friends, oh yeah, they knew what was going on. And I felt so bad. Like they could see it in me. Like it was like The Walking Dead. It was just so bad. So they were like, whatever you need, I'm totally here for you. And I just felt so bad because I'm like, I didn't make them do anything they offered, but I'm like, oh, they're scooping poop for me. I just like felt so bad, but
But on
they,
the outside, looking in, right? They could see that you had put your heart and your soul into this business and things were starting to fall apart and you were trying to hold it all together. And the fact that they believed in you and your business so much that they were willing to do that shows a lot about how you have been presenting to them over the past 4 to 5 years.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And probably so. Yeah. And that I'm so grateful that they were willing to do it for me. And I mean, of course they got paid for it. They didn't do it for free, but that they were willing to kind of get in the trenches with me. I was shocked. I truly was shocked.
That's the good stuff too. Like those memories of being in the trenches. There you can't recreate that stuff.
I don't want to ever recreate. I'm like, please don't give me a repeat of last year, like ever again.
Do you I know you don't feel comfortable, like, you get nervous about praying in front of people, but do you have a favorite prayer that you like to say?
I don't have a favorite prayer. I think it changes for circumstances and different situations. And I just pray to God, like, please just keep giving me the strength. Like, I know you gave us this business as a purpose, and there's a reason you allowed this to happen. And there's a reason He allowed it to grow. Like, I always tell my family, like, we got a new client or this happened. And my dad is always the first one. Well, did you thank God? Did you give Him praise? And like, that is such a good reminder for me because I could say all day long, like, I did a Facebook ad, I did a Google ad, it's all me, it's all, pour money into it, but it's not. God has all of our clients already. Like He's got it set up. And to have that reminder and be like, if you've put this in our lives at this season of our lives, you did it for a reason. How could I give back? How could I glorify you in that? And that's just what I pray. Like you said, I'm trying to be more intentional, but I'm trying to give this business more to God now. Like I did a lot of work, but I was pushing. I never really stopped to think, like, let me pray to God about like the growth and where I want this company to go. But now I'm really trying to emphasize having God as like the very top priority. And where's the direction that He wants this to go? And what could I do with that money to glorify Him more? Or where can we go to allocate that would best serve the church or serve the community? So I really want to put that emphasis on it more so now.
No, I agree because I was right there with you, kind of like beating myself up, comparing myself to other people, and like, why can't I figure this out? Like, why? Well, I had some real honest conversations because I had to. I will say I quit praying for wisdom and strength because I didn't want any more tough times. I said, let me just enjoy what you've blessed me with, okay?
Yes.
But it's like I didn't even know how to read a basic Excel spreadsheet, right? And it was because I wasn't being a good steward of my finances. And once Josh and I started kind of eliminating debt and getting stuff figured out and figuring out what the plan was, Cathy, it was crazy. All of a sudden, this Excel spreadsheet that's been in front of me for like 2 years, it clicked. I could read it all of a sudden, and I filled the whole thing out, tracked everything, and when I presented it to my financial planner, he's like, "Wow." I'm like, "Dude, it just clicked." The Lord was like, "You can see. You can now read this." So, I'm right there with you, like, I maybe I wasn't ready. I didn't have the emotional intelligence. I didn't have the skill set yet, and that's okay. We can go at our own pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. It's like the eyes got open. They're like, here's the plan. Here's what the purpose of all of this is. So that's awesome. We have a financial planner as well, and they are also a faith-based company, and they're a husband-wife team. So like we've said, here's what we're doing, and they have really helped us expand in ways that we've never even imagined. We didn't even know. Like my husband does all the finances and he does all the spreadsheets, but like what we thought we needed to do with the funds, like they said, this is where it could go, and you can glorify God this way, or here's where we can put the tithe, or here's where you could do stuff for the church and for this type of mission, not missionary, ministry. So I was like, that's got me more excited, because it's like more clients will be able to provide for this family or provide for these families that not the foster to adopt families. I'm like, this is so awesome. And we know exactly where it's going. Like there's a path for it.
Would you ever wanna go on a mission trip?
I would love to.
Mhm.
I'm still scared to leave my business, and because of my trauma. I hope it goes away. But we did go on some vacation with family this summer. So I was able to leave and confidently know that they did a good job. But if I could go away for like a whole month and do that, that would be phenomenal. I would love it.
A
I'd
goal
love
of
to go
mine
to Israel, actually. Go do a tour like with a church and do like Israel and Jerusalem and all that. That'd be on the top of my bucket list.
if you do that, let me know. Let's plan. I will go.
That would be so awesome.
That would be amazing. Cool. Well, I'm excited. I appreciate you, Cathy. I'm glad that we got to talk and kinda get to know you a bit more and see how you've grown over the past 2 years. Where would you like to see your business 5 years from now?
I don't know. I feel like this industry is really going to explode in the next couple of years with all of the new technology, with all the knowledge, and with all the people leveling up. I feel like there's so much potential to keep growing. Ideally, I would love to sell it and be past, X amount of clients and feel confident about that. I'm still very much close to it, and it's my baby, and I've created it for my son because that's what he wanted to do. So it's still kind of close to me, but I would not be opposed to selling it to the right person, and if they take it on, knowing that they will do a good job moving forward. I'm not just going to give it away to just anybody. Like I really want to be able to pass this to bless another family. I know what I want to do in 6 months, but like that's all planned out and that's going to happen. So yeah, the next 5 years, I think it's going to be super fun. I think it'll be really good.
Do you think you would start another business?
No, this one is very, and it sounds so bad. It's very hands off. It's very simple. It's not easy. It is simple to run. A lot of the business owners that I've talked to in our community, they all say stick with it, because a lot of the business, any business, is more hands on and more involved and more overhead and just more. Depends how big you want to get. And us never having to own a business, I feel like this spoiled us. And it's like if I went somewhere else, I'd be like, well, that's a lot of work. Like I got to show up, I got to bring supplies. I really do like this industry.
Me too. I love
I
it.
never thought that I would. I never thought anything like this could exist. And the people I've met and you, and just like all the things that kind of trickled from it, never could have imagined.
I think about it all the time. I'm like, this is just so weird
Yeah.
how the amazing people that I've got to meet. Like, I got to meet you in person. It was around this time last year because the picture of us
Yeah.
popped up.
Yes. And my cousin just had posted his 1-year anniversary. So when we were passing through Tennessee, that was the best day of my life. I was like, forget the wedding. I was so excited. I was like, but you posted that live made that happen. And I was just like bored in the car waiting to like get home. And I was like, oh, we're literally in the same state. Like, I was so excited.
It made my day. Like the fact that you wanted to come meet me. I was like, she wants to come meet me? Like, this is amazing. And then drive me to where I needed to go. I was like, this is,
Down the street.
which it seemed like forever because of traffic, but it gave us some good quality time to like meet face to face and connect. It's all because of this business. And God, I feel like God really has his hands in so much of this.
Yeah, I do too. And like what you're creating and doing from it, it really speaks volumes of that. And like you're leaning more into your faith and what God has for you. It's to the moon for you. Like, I'm so proud of you for what you're growing and what you're doing. And you're doing it in a positive way and you have intention behind it. It's very special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just like we don't know what's going to happen. We just have to let God direct it and be good stewards of whatever he gives to us.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
have plans for 5 years?
I want the business continue to grow and wherever it's going to go, as long as it's flowing good and I'm still feeling good and I'm not super stressed out, I want this business to keep going. And I want to speak on like a big stage. I want to have a message that is so deep in my heart and is so impactful that I feel confident enough getting on a very large stage with lights that are blinding me to where I can give that message out.
Yeah.
Do you know who Christy Wright is by any chance? She was a personality of the Dave Ramsey show for a while.
Okay.
And before I started this business, I worked for Premier Designs. I sold jewelry. And that's kind of how I got comfortable with the camera, was doing these lives selling jewelry through Premier Designs. Well, we went to a conference. I can't remember what the conference was, but I remember when she came on stage, like the roar of the crowd and feeling the bass and the cheering. And when she came on stage and just like the hair that stood up on my arms and the emotion that was in there and how everybody was just so focused on what she was saying and how she owned that stage with her message. I was like, oh, I want that. I want that one day.
Yeah, that's incredible. I do follow the Ramsey show, so I probably know her by face, but like the name, I have to look her up. That's so cool.
I don't think she is with them now.
Right.
She moved and she is it changed kind of what she's doing and her message, and she stopped doing her podcast because she's, as we grow in life, there's seasons, right? So she's in a different season right now. But yeah, go back and watch her, and she does a lot of faith-based content now, and I've really been enjoying her content.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that can only, influence you more and like keep pushing you further and having your goals be higher and be able to reach those for sure. Speak it to the universe and God will be like, he'll know your heart and he knows the plan that he has for you. And seriously, it's to the moon with everything that you're doing. It's all good things.
Thank you. I love it. All right, let's go through these comments. We have a couple people that hopped on. So what do we got? Lewis said, I had a prospect complain that I charged more than a lawn care provider and that we don't even cut grass. Have you ever had a situation like this?
I have not. I think for us in Central Indiana, the lawn cares are much more than we are. We are still probably $10 to $15 less than the lawn care people.
I can't say that I've been compared to them, but so we run a business and we have to charge what we got to charge. Go somewhere else.
Yep.
All right. Next comment is, my motto when quoting potential clients is, what would Crouppens do?
I love that.
Sometimes I don't even know what I would do.
That should be a shirt.
That should. What would Crouppens do? It's fun. So my friend was at a party and I don't know, she was like talking to the group and they said something about sleeping separately and how that ruins a relationship. And she goes, my friend and her husband have separate beds in the same bedroom and they're fine. And the person goes, are you talking about the Crouppens?
Oh my gosh. You're famous.
I know, it was funny. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, I will say this though. If any of you are thinking about getting separate beds and it's something that's really been riding on you, I give it the stamp of approval. I'm sleeping like a champ. My husband is still alive. Our relationship is still good. And we still do husband and wife stuff, you know? But now I'm sleeping better and I'm much more pleasant about the whole situation.
Yeah. I have to say, I did know one friend did sleep in separate rooms because she was having sleep problems too. But I think that is more of a detriment. I
Yeah.
like your idea a whole lot better where you're in the same room. That's so important. You're both getting what you both need, and you're still in one room.
Yeah. And I'm like, you want to tuck me in? You want to put some toppings on me?
That's so funny.
But I'll wake up and sometimes he'll be in my bed. I'm like, if you don't get out of here, get.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right. Ryan said, hey, I noticed your yard sign. Wait. Hey, I noticed yard sign helped me get more leads than anything else. What ads would you say are better, Facebook or Google?
I don't do yard signs. For here, they're illegal. They don't really enforce it too much unless you call about them. But I don't. I still think for me it's a waste of money because I don't want to put signs out. Facebook has been really good. Google gets the people from Google will always be your higher value client. Like they don't have to talk to anyone. They just sign up. Facebook people usually want to ask you a million questions. I think both are good. Facebook is good. Maybe for the volume, you get a lot more from Facebook, I think. We also use it's a program called digital door knocking. And so that to me is kind of replacing my yard signs, my flyers, my door hangers. So that is one other technology that we're using, and that's been really effective.
Yeah. So Google's going to be your top of funnel. These people, like Cathi was saying, they don't really need to talk to anybody because they're intentionally going in, looking up for a pooper scooper. There's no scroll on Google, right? So they know what they're going there for. On Facebook, they're living their life trying to doom scroll while they're on the toilet or zone out from their kids. And you're like, hey, can I scoop your dog poop? So it is a lot different. You have to hustle more and they're not always as qualified. It depends on like the ad that you ran. I ran a what was it? A free visit, like get a free visit, and those leads were trash. Like they were not converting. So we're switching up our ad copy to see see if this new one converts better.
I wonder if people, because I've tried that too. I wonder if people are more gun shy about that, and they see free and they're like, they know something like the rug will be pulled out from under them or something. They're just waiting for like, what's the hook? What's the catch? Probably.
Well, what we've been doing because like the yards really aren't taking that long. They're maybe taking 5 to 10 minutes longer than they would normally. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of their clean being an initial cleaning fee, which starts at $70, $100, at this point in the season, we don't do an initial cleaning fee. They're just getting charged what their normal rate would be, which is $25. So I say, I'm waiving the initial cleaning fee. You just pay the normal rate. So that is the free.
That's the winner.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's so interesting. And
That's
like you said too, you kind of, you'll eat that cost in the front end, but like they're a long time customer, they're going to stay with you longer. So it doesn't really matter in the
if you
end.
get them to sign, yeah, if you get them to sign up for a month, right? They're at least paying something. And if you waived the initial cleaning fee during the slower season where there's not a lot of accumulation, it's perfect right now. And then they stick with you, their lifetime value is, let's say, $1,000, $3,000. That was worth it.
Yeah,
That was worth
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, and I think with more people jumping into the industry, I've had to become more flexible on that because I was like, it is a lot of work, but you kind of have to see how the market is too, because also on Facebook, there's so many of the same ads. So people are comparing you right away and they're like, well, this is $1 or two less, or you're more, or, there's so much easier way to compare it if you're looking on Facebook. So people are really more price sensitive and they're always going to be looking for a deal.
Oh yeah, definitely on Facebook for sure. But if anybody goes to Google, like I will say it, I'm destroying you guys on Google.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compete with me on Google until you get your reviews up.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you're watching.
Plus your longevity. You have 7 years on these people, so it's okay.
7 years, and it's there. Sometimes I'm not going to say the small business owners, like the local ones. It's the franchises, the
Yeah.
ones that are running the low rates around here, and then they don't show up. I don't know if the franchises around me are using my SEO, but there has to be something going on because I'm frequently getting calls with older people freaking out on me. Like, I
Um,
could share, because I record my calls now. I can share them. I would just need my editor to go ahead and edit some of this stuff out. Freaking out. And I'm trying to like find them in the system. And I'm like, ma'am, this most recent one, I'm like, "Can you spell your name for me?" And she was, like, yelling, and I was like, "Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me." And she's like, "Well, you can't hear me." She's not even one of my customers. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, she's not even one of my customers, and she wants to know why the heck I didn't show up at her property. "Well, ma'am, because you didn't hire me, that's why."
Yeah.
And this frequently happens, and so part of me thinks that some of the franchise around here are doing some SEO stuff behind the scenes, which then leads them to me when they wanna freak out and they can't get a hold of their actual company.
Yeah, that has happened to us too, and it's wild. And I have tried to convert them. Like they'll be like, "Oh, is this so and so?" No, well, they haven't showed up. Well, do you want me to add you and we can be there? Like I'm literally giving them the easiest thing for them to get a clean yard and not have a problem. And they still like, "No, I'm just gonna stick with it and deal with it." I'm shocked. So I saved their number and I text them like a week later, or like I'm still doing like a drip campaign with them. But it is a wild like there are some people who just choose the money over the quality. They're like, oh, it's fine. Like I'll still do it for $10 a week. Okay. And they're mad. They're not happy.
And those are not our ideal customers.
No. And I have to remind myself that too. Like you said, you have different companies for different people and it's okay. Everyone is not our customer.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, the last comment before we hop off. Ryan said, "I honestly just want to get 100 clients or enough to live comfortably and not let the business take my time from serving the Lord."
That's an awesome. Yeah, that's great. You could definitely do it. If you know that's what the cap you want and you're going to be a solo scooper. The problem with that is what happens if you want to take a vacation or you are sick. Like you have created yourself a job, then you're not going to be able to work yourself out of that. But if that's your goal, and that's a fantastic goal, 100 clients, that's what 20 a week that's like 4 to 6 hours. That's a great schedule.
That's got to be six figures though, too. Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're hitting six figures with that.
yep. Yeah, if you're solo, you get to keep all of it, and that's the best.
That was the most profitable I ever was.
Yeah, same.
I
Yeah.
had a woman on Facebook today asking me like about profits. And I was like, we're, between 25 and 35% sometimes. Last year, 0. I had no profits because of how rough it was. And she was like asking me like amounts and like dollar amounts. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, each business is different. Are you going hard in the paint? Are you reinvesting? Are you putting money into marketing? How many employees do you have? How lean are you running? And then I got to thinking, I'm like, I remember the days of being a solo scooper.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't even have a plan. Like when we started, I had no idea how many we wanted to get. I had no goal. I was just like, what can I accomplish? What can I do? And then I hit my threshold and I was like, now I got to hire. I didn't even know if I wanted to hire. I just had to do the next thing. I just kept going. Cause yeah, I thought 100 is great. Like I want to cap it at 100. And then the problem with me is like seeing the new clients come in or they're like in your email the next morning and they're signed up. That's very addictive.
Very.
It's kind of like a gambling. It's like, ooh, who could I get more? And it's like you're putting out your information on Google or Facebook or whatever, and now you're like competing with other companies. It could be like a game. It's like, how am I going to get this person to come over to my company or whatever? But as soon as you see those new people, I was very addictive. And this is another thing that kind of goes back to this God and like having a relationship with him. I have made this a very big idol in my life because I had these goals and I was like, this has to happen. And I had to ask for forgiveness because I did not realize I was making this business an idol and more important than anything else. Like I could not stop thinking about it. And I'm at church and I'm trying to sing and I'm like, I got to do this, this, and this. Like I could make this better. I mean, like it would just never go away. And I have to make a conscious effort of like being focused and being like a clear mind when I'm in church and just reminding myself, God is in control. He has the clients for us. Everyone can win. You don't have to play dirty. Just be grateful for what you have. And like you said earlier, like you're just being grateful for what you have.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you brought that part up because this business it'll consume everything. I got the biggest I had ever been because I was so focused on this business
Mm-hmm.
and the unhappiest I had ever been in my life as well.
Yes, same. And I know there's other very big businesses, very big business influencers that are very popular on YouTube, but a lot of them say, you know, they're like, oh, what's the balance between work and family? And they're like, the secret is there's no balance. There's no work-life balance. Like there's a season where there's no balance. And for them to say that out loud, I was like, there's I'm doing something wrong. And so just to hear that people have those same struggles and there really is no secret, there's no sauce, there's nothing, you're working hard. Like that's all it is. So you're either focused or not, and you're going to decide how far you want to go. And you stretch yourself. Like I'm not happy that I didn't, I neglected my kids for a long time. Like, and I'm not happy about that. And so I literally had to ask them for forgiveness. They had no idea. Like they didn't not realize that, but I was so busy and consumed with everything else that I would be like, well, no, I'm too busy to play, or I don't want to do that. Like there's 3 boys. I have 3 boys. So I'm like, they have each other to play with. They can do that, but they need mom. Like they need my attention just for that one-on-one time. And I literally was like, this is what has done. Like this business was a blessing, but it's also like become a burden because I made it my idol. I was so focused on that and I'm neglecting my kids. Like that's not a life. So for that season, it was very dark and I felt so bad. And I'm so glad that I'm on the other side. And I hope to continue to do that and not be stuck in that way. But to have that realization, I kind of was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my reality. This is what's been going on. And I didn't know that for a long time. That's a little deep for a live, but
No, Cathy, this is the real stuff. This is the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that business owners feel so alone and they think that they're the only one going through this.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. Like we are all in this together, but it's separate. And it's all different situations. Like mine was with my husband and I was starting like I have this blue laptop. He hated that blue laptop because that's where all of my attention went because I was building this business.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, you know, a little stress here, a little stress there, a little sippy sip, a little drink here, a little drink there. Next thing I know, it's Friday and I'm like waiting. I am waiting for my staff to be done with work so I can get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I was like, you know, took some time. I'm like, oh, I like this a little too much. I need to quit drinking. But it creeps up on you. You don't realize it.
Yeah. Yeah, it truly does. And this has changed our whole life for the better, but I didn't realize how much I was giving up for a season. And I just have to remind myself, this is not an excuse. I just have to remind myself that was a season. It was a short time. And my kids were super, super little. Like they were 1, 3, and 7 at the time. So they were super little, but those are like years I'm never going to get back. So I'm trying to make it up now and be able to just do these fun adventures now with them because of the business. So I have these technicians to work. We're all working together, but like I can now be available to them and we can go do fun things. So it's kind of like making up for lost time, but I was not happy about it at all. Like I truly was shocked that I couldn't name it. I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, what is going on? This is not normal. This was not my life before. And I figured it out. And I literally had to ask them for forgiveness. I had to repent of my sin of making this business an idol. There was a lot of growth these last couple of years. For sure.
Yeah, business ownership, it'll make you grow. And it's been a pleasure to see you grow over the years. So
Thank you
thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for opening up and hanging out with me. And I appreciate you supporting me as I grow and figure all this stuff out.
Yeah, it's been fun watching your journey, and I know people love to see like a come up story, but I think yours has been super fun to watch. And with all of the highs and lows you've been through, it's been encouraging to me as well. And just know like you're helping thousands of people in any type of business that they're in. Like that's the normal. Like there's a lot of people that make entrepreneurship and business ownership romanticized. They make it so glamorous, and you've kept it real and authentic, and that has helped so much for me, and I know thousands of people, thousands.
Yeah, because it sucks when you on the Instagram you see the highlight reel, and it's always the dudes. It's the dudes with the cigars and the sports jacket, and they have like rap music over top of their stuff, and it's like, no.
That's
No,
not the real
that is
thing.
not entrepreneurship. I'm telling you, most of the day sucks. Then you get a little glimpse of it and you hold on to that little bit of like the goodness because we're a little off our rocker a little bit to be an entrepreneur, I feel like.
I think you're right. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to end the stream. Don't you hang up yet because we'll close out on the back end once the stream is ended.
Okay, awesome.
If anybody is watching, well, first of all, not anybody. We had people watching, but if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay so we know that you're watching the replay. If the viewers want to catch up with you, Cathy, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Facebook. You can go to my business page and send me a message too. I have my personal Facebook page doesn't have my full name on it, so it might be hard to find me, and I don't have a picture. But if you go to Facebook and you search for Speedy Scoop, I'll always answer any messages.
Cool. Appreciate it. And if you want to hang out with us more on a personal level, check out She Built That over on School.
Absolutely. The best place that you need to be if you're a woman entrepreneur.
Hey, thank you. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll chat soon. Bye.